Welcome to the second episode of Sloosh and Box Sports Talk. We got Box and the Sloosh today.
What up?
So, we're going to recap last week's NFL matchups, and we'll talk about the upcoming week's matchups, plus some hot takes, and we're going to make our picks at the end of the episode. So, first segment for today is we're going to talk about the best game of the weekend in our opinion. In my opinion, the best game for last week was the Philadelphia Eagles at Seattle. Score was 20. Seattle beat Philadelphia 2017. Drew Lock, big cock lock from the Denver Broncos, who we traded for Russell Wilson. 208 passing yards. Kenneth Walker with 86 rushing yards. DK Metcalf with 78 receiving yards, and Jackson Smith Najigba. I probably butchered that, but out of Ohio State, catching the game-winning touchdown. Drew Lock basically just threw that bitch up there and said, you know what, come down with it, and he did. And then we saw Jalen Hurts' ability not to be able to throw a Hail Mary again like he did in the Super Bowl. I don't think he can, like in high-pressure situations, he just loses his spin, man.
Well, how are you supposed to go against a defense when you know that they know that your whole team knows that they know a Hail Mary's coming, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it was short again, like in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Like when it was short of the end zone, at least like he didn't give him, they were like, there's no chance. It was another short ball. He just...
You don't got the bazooka X Factor. That's what's
yeah,
he's got running gun on, that's it.
That's it. What was the most interesting game or most exciting game of this past weekend, in your opinion?
I would say the Los Angeles Chargers at Las Vegas Raiders. I was truly not expecting that. Like, I watched the first quarter and I was like, well, Raiders got it. And then me and my brother was playing Madden, and halftime hit, and I was like, bet, I'm going to check the score right quick, see how bad the Chargers getting whooped. Damn near like 63 something.
Yeah, it was like 40 something.
Like, whoa, turn this bullshit off. He was like, what? I told him the score, I think at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't 60 something. I think it was like 40 something. No, it was 50 something. I was like, nah, turn this bullshit off. And then missed out on the big man touchdown. A big man touchdown.
It was a big man, dude.
Yeah. That's why it was my favorite game.
It was a crazy score. Especially with it got Brandon Staley fired.
Yeah.
Which
I would have fired him at halftime.
Yeah,
man.
people were giving out tweets and stuff. And they were like, bro, he's fired at halftime. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. They were getting ready to fire him anyways. But that leads us into our next topic conversation. Does this mean that Bill Belichick is definitely going to the Chargers now that the head coaching spot is open?
I want to say yes, but I want to say no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, they're not going to, that's just like our fantasy, letting that happen, you know what I'm saying? But, like, after that game, you'd hire anybody.
Yeah.
If Bill Belichick come a knocking, I'm lighting him in with a big old hug like he's my grandpa or something.
Yeah, I don't know. The Chargers definitely need to find something in a head coach, with the last two being just total and complete duds. I mean, Anthony Lynn was okay, but they need to get somebody who's going to use Justin Herbert's talent, because that dude is a top...
He's a dog.
He's a top 10 quarterback for sure, if not a freaking top 5 quarterback. With the right offense or just a good team around him. Because, Keenan Allen's out there fucking balling out every week and just nothing happens. It's just lack of execution, man.
You know what it is? It's Justin Herbert's the tallest quarterback in the league.
Is he?
Yeah. So he's like, man, I can't be acting like a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much so.
I'm not throwing that bitch in fucking 300 miles per hour.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people are saying that the only reason the Chargers' record is what it is because of Justin Herbert, and he was out last week, and we see how big of a dysfunction it is without Justin Herbert out there making stuff happen with his magic out of Oregon. Start our next segment by talking about the Cowboys really are not them boys. As the graphic you can see on the screen right now, we're at this stage in the cycle, man.
Yep.
It is.
I don't know what we was thinking.
They're hot, but you just, I don't. bad, man.
It's bad.
And I think this also shows that you don't want to play the Bills, especially in cold weather, because this is where they thrive. This is where Josh Allen's just a player. He's going to do whatever he has to do. Even if he throws a pick, he's going to turn right around and go out there and act like nothing happened. And then the Chargers-Raiders game, I don't even know what to say happened there, man. It was the Raiders, of the dysfunctional organization they are, came out 63 to, what was it, 21? Yeah, 63 to 21. It's crazy.
It was crazy.
But, I mean, that's his bad field position. I think there's 2 turnovers on the first 2 drives, I think, and they're, like, plus territory, which is crazy to happen in the NFL. No punts.
No punts.
But
so moving on, we're gonna talk about our home team. Not really home teams, but favorite teams. My home team though, because I'm cool. I'm about my city. Chiefs and Pats. Now, I thought we definitely probably should have won by more, but at the same time, it's fucking Bill Belichick in the classic, new era fucking Chiefs v Pats. And this just might be like Bill Belichick's last little at these Chiefs.
yeah,
Now, given history and shit, I feel like the Pats might get a fucking crazy ass fucking playmaker or another crazy ass fucking coach.
yeah.
And then bamboo bow fucking cycle starts again with those motherfuckers.
Yeah, they definitely need to solve the quarterback position too, though. Because Mac Jones isn't the guy, Bailey Zappi's not the guy. Needs to be something. But yeah, I think the Chiefs came out. They're starting to find their way. Rashee Rice is coming in his own. He's on my fantasy team. He put up like 35 points.
That's crazy, but we can't forget that game started out pretty fucking rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But rolling into my favorite team, Denver Broncos. Tough loss. When I say tough loss, I mean 42-17 is miserable in Detroit. Lions bounce back in a strong way. I think this shows Denver's lack of, I don't know what to say, a lack of explosiveness on offense.
Yeah.
Because we can methodically move the ball down the field, but I mean, once Detroit gets up on you, they can start going to work at pass rush, and we can't. We don't have Cortland Sutton's our big playmaker, and all they have to do is bracket him or double team him, and it's over. I mean, Jerry Jeudy's on and off. Our running back is, who knows what he's doing.
He knows.
He'll have one good week, and then he won't show up for 4 weeks. So it's a tough day as a Broncos fan. We really had some playoff hope there, but it's okay. Hopefully this offseason we can get some good free agent signings. I mean, as a Broncos fan, we're already looking forward to the offseason. Season's basically over.
Week 3, what do you mean?
Oh, I was out after the Miami game. I was done, man. But we had some hope there, and it looked good. So
yeah. Well, the start of that game didn't look that bad either. I had hope going into halftime. I was like, Russ is gonna come back. He's back to his old self.
Yeah, man.
And it just went downhill. It was so bad I had to go to the casino.
We thought Russ was cooking, man.
Yeah.
Russ was indeed not cooking.
Not cooking.
About our Super Bowl picks, mine hasn't changed. I still got the Ravens-Niners. The Niners look good this weekend against, Arizona's not one of the better teams, but 49ers just rolling. Brock Purdy, I think, threw 3 touchdowns. The white boy Christian McCaffrey's going off. George Kittle's coming in his own. And that defense, I think Chase Young is finally getting comfortable in his position. And when you got to block a really, really good pass rusher in Chase Young and Nick Bosa, plus they have really good interior guys, plus Fred Warner, you could keep going. Their defense is stacked. And for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, we can see that he throws the ball now. OBJ is actually catching the ball a couple times now, so getting that big playmaker, and their defense is really good for not having. They're not as good as Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, but Kyle Hamilton's looking amazing even with his bum knee.
I seen a stat somewhere that Brock Purdy had the best pass completion, but yet the least amount of pass attempts or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's probably true. And he's I think I saw somewhere that he has least yards per pass. Like they're all like little dump pass, like not all little dump passes, but screen passes and drags and stuff. But that's the West Coast offense, man.
It's short because this motherfucker can sling it, you know?
Yeah, and they don't need to.
Yeah. Like, all right, cool. This dude open right here, but I'm fucking Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I go all the way over here. Yeah.
I mean, he's the favorite to win MVP right now. And most sports books have him at -220 to win the MVP. So, but on the other hand, the Bills, I think, if the Bills get hot,
Bills
can be dangerous. For the AFC, man.
There's only 3 games left in the season, but still, that's still a lot of season.
Yeah, it is a lot of season, but I mean, Josh Allen in December and January, the Bills' defense. I mean, there's just. I don't know, man. They're looking good. And then Miami, Miami's always a contender, but with Tyreek Hill out, it's always. I mean, we saw with Tyreek Hill out, Jalen Waddle went off. And I think Jalen Waddle, he's not as fast as Tyreek Hill, but he gets the job done. He's still fast, man. So, in and out. And then Raheem Mostert.
Mostert?
Yeah,
Mustard.
I don't know. He's on my fantasy team. Leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns as a 31-year-old, I think.
Really?
30-year-old? Yeah, he's old, man. He's been around for a while.
He's football old.
He's football. He's not really old, but he's got football age on him. But, yeah, I think those are some good Super Bowl picks. And then, who's your MVP favorite?
It was Dak, but, yeah, that got stripped away real quick, like around second quarter. If it's not Brock Purdy, then they're probably gonna give it back to Lamar.
Yeah, I could see Lamar getting a second one.
Yeah.
I think Tua's kind of a dark horse for it.
He's left-handed, he ain't getting that shit.
Is that how that works?
Yep.
I don't know. Tua's kind of a dark horse. I think if he keeps playing really good, and Brock Purdy has a down game or two, I think I could see Tua getting it. But my pick is Brock Purdy, just because how well he's been playing. The guys around him make him look amazing. He's also really good game manager. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's ever gonna get an X factor in Madden, but he could be a 90 overall quarterback in Madden. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
You don't know what I'm saying?
He's gonna get an X factor. He's gonna get the Gambit or something. I
don't know. He's not gonna get nothing with speed. That white boy can't run.
Yeah, white boy can't run.
Let's talk about the playoff picture. So far, we'll start in the AFC. So far in the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens have clinched a playoff spot. The Chiefs are greater than 99% to make the playoffs, so they basically clinched a playoff spot. And the Miami Dolphins have clinched a playoff spot. So,
well, if we beat the Raiders, it's clinching a spot.
Yeah, they ought to.
Yeah,
but the Ravens have a 63% chance, according to ESPN, to get the first seed. So, in my opinion, I think it's going to go Ravens as the first seed, Chiefs as the second seed, and then Dolphins third, and Jags fourth, and then wild card spots will go. I don't know. I think it'll go Buffalo, then it'll go Cleveland, and then that last spot can go to a lot of teams because the Bengals might get in, Colts might get in, the Texans, I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen there. They have the Broncos on this graphic, but I think they're out. I mean, I don't care. I'm a Broncos fan, and it's just there's no way we make the playoffs unless the Chiefs lose out and a bunch of other crazy stuff happens. But that's my playoff picture, at least. I think the Bills being a 5 seed could really do some damage because that means they get a playoff game at home, at least one. So, anything you would change from that?
I might flip Kansas City, Miami around, but I don't know.
Yeah, those are interchangeable. I mean, you don't know who's gonna go where. Even Miami hopes they get a home game.
Yeah.
because they seem to play better at home. Plus, a team going from, say, Buffalo has to go down there. They're going from the cold to Buffalo to go and play in Miami. I think that could be a real game changer. Let's talk about NFC playoff picture. So far, the San Francisco 49ers, the Eagles, and the Cowboys have all clinched playoff spots. The Lions are greater than 99% likely, so they basically clinched a playoff spot. So far, I think it's definitely going to be San Francisco with the 1 seed.
Yeah.
They've beat all the teams not all the teams in the top, but they beat the Cowboys
And the
Eagles. So they definitely get that top spot. I think the second goes to the ESPN says the Eagles are 53% likely to get it, which makes sense. I mean,
now on this, on the losing streak though, this shit might change.
Yeah, it might change, but
next week's games.
But with the top of the division, they've went 1-1 with the Cowboys, so they got I think they get the tiebreaker with that. And then the Lions are at 80% to get the 3rd seed, so they basically have it locked up unless something crazy happens and they get the 2nd. But the Lions and then the Bucks are at 66% to get the NFC South, but I think the NFC South can go basically anywhere right now.
Yeah.
And then wildcard spots, having Dallas as a wildcard team is crazy. And then they have not the Chargers, wrong LA team. They got the Rams at 44%, and they got the Seahawks at 23%. But I think 5 seed goes Dallas, and then 6 seed will be LA, and then I guess the Seahawks get the 7 seed unless Minnesota turns it around and starts balling out. But then you also have the Saints and Falcons, but their records are not the best.
No.
And they're inconsistent, so who knows what's going to happen there. But I think that's a good playoff picture at least. I think the Niners roll over whoever they play, especially if they get a week. They get a week to get healthy, rest their guys. I think the Niners roll over whoever it is. I think Detroit. It depends on who Detroit plays, but if Detroit gets the Rams in the playoff game, Goff and Stafford getting traded for each other, that'd be a hell of a game.
That would be sick nasty.
That would be sick. That would be a crazy complete the loop moment in the NFL. Now we're getting to the segment in the show where we're gonna make our picks. Last week I went 8-8 and the Sloosh went 7-9. I definitely, to reflect on my picks, I definitely should have picked some clear winners instead of trying to roll with some underdogs. But Sloosh over here had the underdog of the week, the Carolina Panthers, who came out with the dub.
Yo.
So, I mean, it's hard not to cheer for the underdog.
Yo.
We see that. So, let's roll into this week's picks.
It'll be the first team to, they won't be the first team to go 1-16 or whatever the fuck.
No.
Yep.
But we missed the Rams and Saints game because we're recording this on Friday night. But, so that's not going to count towards anything. But I definitely would have picked the Rams, Matthew Stafford, coming down to the playoffs, but that doesn't really. So let's get into our first game of the week. Bengals Steelers. I think I saw the report that Mason Rudolph is starting this week. So, Rudolph coming up to Christmas, I'm picking the Steelers just because of that sheer fact.
Yeah, you just made my pick for me, so I'm gonna say Steelers. Yep.
Okay.
Because it has to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it has to. I mean, it's fate. Let's talk about next, Bills Chargers. I'm going to roll with the Bills. The Bills are getting hot. Chargers fire their head coach. Even though the NFL win percentage after firing a coach and an interim head coach coming in is crazy high. I think it's 90% plus. But I still think the Bills get it done against the Chargers this week.
Nah, better not. Yeah, I'll pick the Bills.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Bills. Especially being like a West Coast team, and they fire their head coach. I don't know, man. It just happens.
Yeah, it happens.
stuff just happens. I want to pick LA so bad because I love picking underdogs.
Yeah.
And I'm damned if I regret this in the future, but I'm gonna pick the Bills.
Okay. Let's go to the next game. Colts Falcons. I think Gardner Minshew gets it done. Gardner Minshew's been playing really good. I'm gonna pick the Colts over the Falcons, even though the Falcons, but they also might bounce back after last week's loss to the worst team in the league.
I'm gonna pick the Falcons.
Pick the Falcons just cause.
Yeah.
Just gonna ball with the Falcons. Let's go Seahawks Titans. Titans lose last week in a tough game. I picked them to win, but I'm gonna pick the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks got confidence beating the Eagles. I don't know if Geno Smith is back, but if Big Clock's playing, I think he makes stuff happen. He's just a player, man.
No, I think the Titans are just pissed off because they lost the Oils uniform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
they lost
win.
to Houston.
Yeah.
I think that's something we should have
They
talked
lost
about.
to their old selves, man.
Yeah, that's something we should talk about. I think that
that's like a movie right there. Or something. That's like that one Will Smith movie. Man.
Yeah, I think they should start every year since they're playing the division. I think every year they should play for who gets to wear the uniform the next year.
I see, that'd be dope.
Yeah, like it'd be like. So like if the Texans are wearing it one year, they only get to wear it against them. They can wear it whenever they want, but they have to wear it against them. And then every year, whoever wins gets to keep the jersey. I mean, that'd be a crazy thing for the NFL to do. I doubt they'd ever do it, but if they did, that'd be crazy.
And like being teams that like both like be doing ass most of the fucking time.
Yeah.
Never winning Super Bowl head asses. Like,
It'd add some flavor.
Yeah, add some flavor, and it'd push jersey sales.
It would. I'd buy one.
I'm saying,
I like the colors anyway.
I'd buy CJ Stroud fucking Oilers. Goddamn.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's roll into a divisional matchup: Lions and Vikings. I don't know who's starting at quarterback. I know they benched Josh Dobbs. Who knows what's gonna happen there? But I'm gonna pick the Lions. I think the Lions get it done.
I think Lions suck. Lost to the Bears, had ass. That was a conference match. Their division, whatever the fuck. That's just me talking shit, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pick the Lions.
Okay, pick the Lions. I mean, it will be a good game. I mean, divisional games, NFC North games, it's always a good game no matter who they're playing.
Yeah, man.
Even when the Bears, I mean, they're still bad, but when the Bears were really bad, they'd still play good.
Yeah, like even last week's Browns game.
Yeah,
they almost had it.
Yeah, they're in the game.
Yeah,
still,
it was in the goddamn game. It ain't over till it's over.
Let's talk about quite possibly the worst game of the week: Commanders and Jets. Zach Wilson.
Is he starting?
Yeah, Zach Wilson is back. I mean, he didn't want to come back and start obviously after how dirty they did him, but I think with it's a tough week to pick. But I think I'm going to roll with the Commanders. Ron Rivera, Sam Howell's balling out this year. I feel like it's 1,000 the other, but I'm going to roll with the Commanders.
I think Zach Wilson's about to just be pissed off.
I don't blame him.
And like now that A-Rod's there, he's going to be like
trying to get A-Rod to have the comeback of the century. Because if they're I'm pretty sure they're out of the playoff contention, but I think A-Rod still comes back.
No, I'm saying A-Rod, tells Zach Wilson, like, yo, don't be angry. You got to learn self-control. Then
win for the Gipper.
Yeah, he's going to win the rest of the rest of the season.
All right. Let's go Packers-Panthers.
Oh.
That's a tough one, but I'm going to roll with the Packers. I know I picked against the Panthers last week and they won.
You also picked the Packers last week and they lost.
Yeah, but I'm going to roll with the Packers. I think Jordan Love bounces back after losing in Tampa.
Fuck no. Panthers are going to keep this shit going.
Okay, let's see if the Sloosh's picks on the Panthers are going to win them a couple games. Let's talk about Browns Texans next.
Oh.
C.J. Stroud has been ruled out again. Case Keenum comes in. I thought Davis Mills would start, but Case Keenum comes in last week, wins in the game. But I'm rolling with Joe Flacco. I rolled with Joe Flacco last week, and I think the vet gets it done. And I think the Browns make a playoff run with Joe Flacco somehow. I don't know. I didn't even know Joe Flacco still wanted to play football. But look at Joe Flacco go. So I'm rolling with the Browns.
I'm rolling with the Texans on this one.
Yeah, Texans are a dangerous team. You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly, man.
Let's go NFC South matchup here. We got Jacksonville and the Buccaneers.
You say NFC?
AFC, my bad. AFC South.
And the Buccaneers.
They're both in Florida. Okay, it is what it is.
The Florida Bowl.
Yeah, the Florida Bowl is one of the Florida Bowls. I mean, they're both. That's hard, man. They're both in the South. They should just combine together and make their own league.
Yeah, I think Florida just needs to be their own little division.
I mean, they could. They got
Bucks, Jags,
Miami,
and don't they got one more?
No, they only have 3. They need one more, man.
One more. Same with California, man. Fuck California.
California's got. I mean, just put the Seahawks in there. They're already over there.
Yeah.
But
I want to go with the Jags, but Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm meat riding, but Baker Mayfield during a couple weeks in the regular season, man.
Is this his 4-week stint at Oklahoma, Baker?
Yeah.
Talked about that last week. I'm gonna roll with Jacksonville. T-Law only scored. I mean, I don't know if he scored, but Jacksonville only scored 7 points last week. I think they come back against a very inconsistent Bucs defense and win the game.
No, I'm gonna stick with it. I picked the Jags last week and they lost, so I'm gonna pick the Bucs.
You
know why? Because it won last week.
Because it won last week. All right, let's talk about. I kind of butchered this one earlier when I said the Sloosh Fest of the week. Cardinals and Bears. I'm picking Justin Field and the Bears.
Fucking Bears, dude. Give me the Bears.
Bear down.
Bear down.
That's about all I got to say about that. Cowboys and Miami. Both teams are trying.
Yeah, no, this one's kind of special because don't they got the same record?
Yeah, I think they're close to. If they don't have the same record, they're dead.
305 game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Cowboys lose last week in Buffalo. Miami wins, but without Tyreek Hill.
Both of them lost to Buffalo, though.
Yeah. So I think.
Well, actually, I'll do you one better. Both of them lost to Buffalo right after putting up some crazy ass games.
I'm rolling with Miami. I think Tyreek Hill comes back. I think he doesn't play last week just because it's the Jets and they know they got a dub and he's trying to get his ankle healthy. So, yeah, I'm picking Miami. I think Tyreek Hill comes back and just balls out like he has.
Mm-hmm.
He makes the next 2 weeks afterwards interesting. See if he can hit that 2,000-yard mark.
Yeah, give me Miami.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, the graphic that we're posting up on the screen again, this is where we're at in the Cowboy cycle.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, no, give me the underdog. Give me the Cowboys.
You're picking the Cowboys in the middle of their cycle.
Yep.
Okay, then. Let's talk about a game that it's on some Sunday Night Football. New England and Denver. Or Saturday Night Football. It's sometime football. It's a primetime game.
It's football, shit.
It's football. I'm picking Denver. Against probably the smart thing to do.
I'll pick the underdog on this one. We'll pick the Pats then.
I mean, Bill Belichick's defense is amazing. Russell Wilson.
Give me the Pats.
Okay, it's probably a bad pick by me, but I got to be loyal to my team. You know what I'm saying? Next week, Las Vegas and Kansas City. Las Vegas coming off a 63-point showing on offense, but it was also a lot of field position. I think Kansas City gets it done, clinches a playoff spot.
Yep, on Christmas. At noon.
Hey, man, we can get some tickets for $9,032 or $82 or $62. We looked it up before this. Let's go Giants, Eagles. Tommy DeVito, man, his agent.
You even pick. Well, I don't even need to pick. You already know me, fucking Chiefs, baby.
Yeah, I already put it down. It wasn't even a question.
Yeah, you already know.
But Tommy DeVito's been being Tommy DeVito, I guess. His agent he was on Pat McAfee's show last week, so I mean, the guy's outfits are amazing. But I'm picking the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts, this lights a fire underneath him. He starts playing somehow better than he has been. And I'm picking the Eagles. Tush push, undefeated.
Give me the G-Man.
You taking the Giants.
Yeah. I think Jalen Hurts loses one more time and wins the rest of the season.
And
Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, I can't forget about Jace Kelsey.
And DeAndre Swift.
And DeAndre Swift. AJ Brown.
And AJ Brown.
Fletcher Cox.
And Slay.
Fletcher Cox is crazy, man. That guy's a beast.
All those motherfuckers they just picked up from goddamn Georgia.
Yes, Georgia Bowl, man.
Georgia Bowl.
But let's go Baltimore, San Fran.
Now that'll be a good game because it's like the Miami.
Yeah. This is my Super Bowl pick as of now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a preview of the Super Bowl potentially.
With that being said, I am picking San Francisco. San Francisco's been hot.
That's crazy.
I'm a AFC bias guy, but
that is crazy. I thought you would have had the Ravens. You know why?
Why?
Because I got the Ravens, right?
I mean, San Francisco's hot, man, and I hate to jump on a bandwagon here, but the Broncos are done, so I'm
just done with the AFC.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've got a line sticker on my water bottle because I wrote a letter to the 4 NFL teams. I'm not going to say which ones, but my favorite team did not write me back, but the Detroit Lions did. So, and I love Dan Campbell. I got a shirt that says MCDC, baby. Gonna eat some kneecaps. But that will conclude today's Sloosh and Box Sports Talk. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully our picks were good this week. Hopefully I can be a little bit better than last week, and we can get the Sloosh to that 500. Thank you guys.